Welcome back. Pride revealed its theme for 2025. First on ABC 7 at 7, it's Queer Joy is Resistance.
ABC 7 News anchor Reggie Akey talked about that with Executive Director Suzanne Ford. She also confirmed and talked more about Meta deciding not to take part this year.
Obviously, we need to resist some things our community is facing. And so Pride Sunday on June 29th, we want you to come out. We want you to give a message to the rest of the country that here in San Francisco, that our community is celebrated and we're not going to stand for what we're facing, I think. And then secondly, we want you to come out on Pride Sunday. We want to give you a safe space so that you can be with our community and that we can have joy. We're not going to let them take our joy. So we're going to do two things. We're going to resist on Sunday, and we're also going to have some joy and be with each other.
I want to talk about some things that have been, I know, on your mind as you plan for June. One of them is security for this event. Now, that's always a concern anytime you have a large-scale event in a major city. Is there more of a concern this year, and what are you planning for that?
Well, there is more concern, and we're going to work closely like we always do, but there will be some special things that we will design to make sure, and I can't talk with everybody about them, but know that we are going to make sure that people are safe on Pride Sunday, and we want you to come and be with us and make a statement.
The other thing I'm curious about is the contingents in the 2025 parade. We have seen a number of companies across the country, and many of them that are based right here in the Bay Area, that have rolled back some of their DEI initiatives.
Right.
And some of that, of course, is going to affect the LGBTQ community. Right. I'm wondering how you see that playing out when it comes to who's going to be marching down Market Street this year.
Well, we're going to remember the people that support us and the people that don't. How that looks, I don't know yet. Of course, the board and I will be discussing that. We do not want to stop our relationships with people. Obviously, we're going to have some tough conversations with some corporations, but the people that do want to support SF Pride and they share our values, we're going to include them in the event.
And I'm wondering what that'll look like. I mean, already we know, I'm just using them as one example because I know this has come up with you in the past. Meta is one company that people have been asking questions about. Right. What is the current relationship between SF Pride and Meta, and do you expect they're going to be there in June?
I don't believe they will be. I'm both proud and sad that we don't have a relationship with Meta. That this was discontinued last year. So at this moment, and I don't see it being rectified, Meta will not be included.
And is that because the individual employees don't want to be a part of this? Is it because the company at large and their leadership doesn't want to be a part of this?
I think their leadership has made clear that they don't want to be active in SF Pride anymore. The individuals, you know that there's a lot of queer individuals that work there, and we welcome them. Matter of fact, they can come be in the resistance contingent and let the world know that they're standing up for trans rights. But as a group, Meta will not be in the parade.
What about Google? Have you had conversations with their employee groups at all?
You know, in the last few years, last year, Google made a contribution. They had some people march in the parade, but it was not the presence that they've had in years past.
I'm wondering if this is a transition, at least for now, to what we used to see in pride parades, including ours across the country, where it was less about corporations having these large contingents and more about community groups and individuals who got together.
Well, in the last few years, I think we haven't told the story enough, but we have pushed the corporations to the back of the parade. Only our top sponsors, people like Kaiser and Gilead, BMO, Alaska Airlines, are in the first third of the parade. All the other corporations are in the back. In the front of the parade, we feature our nonprofit partners here in San Francisco, especially those queer nonprofits.
Pride started as a protest.
Yes.
You know, whether we're talking about the Compton cafeteria riots right here in San Francisco, or we're talking about, of course, Stonewall, which is the most famous, resistance. And how are you feeling about coming back to those roots, whether that was something that you chose to do or just have to do because of the current political environment?
You know, I just read the book And the Band Played On about our history in San Francisco with the HIV crisis. I know that we are resilient. I know we know how to resist. I think we have to take a deep breath, especially the trans community. It's hard every day. We wake up with an onslaught of oppression. We have to remember we have each other and those relationships, and that's what's going to get us through that. And I think SF Pride kind of embodies those relationships. So we want you to remember that as we're going through this. We're not saying just have a good time and forget. But we are saying that we have to reinforce those relationships, and that's what I think. I'm so proud of SF Pride over my tenure there. I think we've deepened our relationships in the community, and now that's going to pay off. That's what we have to rely on.
And you know, this thoughtfulness that you're talking about today is something that I guess queer people always have to have, and the rest of the world is finding out about, where we are merging. Two things can happen at once.
Yes.
You can be a part of resistance, and you can celebrate.
Yes. We've had to do that, or we would have had no joy for the past 30 years, right? We have very few moments we'd have had no joy, you know? So now we're going to have joy in the face of this, and that's what makes queer people so strong, and that's what makes us who we are. And we're going to celebrate that.
You can get details on all the Pride events at sfpride.org. To see more interviews like this one, watch ABC7 at 7. It streams live weekdays from 7 to 8 a.m. Just download the ABC7 News Bay Area app.